Welcome to our flip front card tutorial. In this tutorial, you're going to learn how to create 3 different flip front cards. You're also going to be learning how to do some fussy cutting as well as embellishing with graphic 45 staples. All 3 of these cards have been designed for us by the lovely and talented Ginger Ropp of My Sister Scrapper. And these cards are a part of our brand new monthly kit that's G45 Card Club. We are very excited about this new monthly kit club. In this kit club, every month you'll be getting some 8x8 papers. So in this case, we're giving you exclusive to the kit Les Romantique 8x8s. As you know, if you're a G45 fan, our Deluxe Collector's Edition don't normally come in 8x8s, but just for the card club, we are going to be releasing these 8x8s, so you'll only be able to get them in the kit. You'll also be getting some really fabulous card bases. This month you'll be getting ivory, and you get 6 of those and 6 coordinating envelopes. These are a nice heavy weight, 100 pounds, so really sturdy and great for all your card making. And then we'll also be giving you a printable project sheet that you can print from our website, but if you get the kit, it will come in your kit as well. And this is a full color project sheet with photos and step-by-step directions. And then each month you'll also be getting some fun embellishments to use as well. So this month you'll be getting our clock keys as well as the Rose Bouquet and the ivory. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Every month we're going to learn new techniques, and we are excited to kick off 2020 with you. So go ahead and hop on over to our website, G45papers.com, to join our G45 Card Club. If you're already a Club G45 subscriber, that is still going to be going on as well. We are super excited about that, and the products will all be coordinating with each other. So you won't be getting duplicates of anything, and it will just enhance your experience already. All right, so let's grab our supplies and dig in. So the cards we'll be creating this month are gorgeous and dimensional. You can see it has this nice flip front element, adding some extra wow to your handmade cards, as well as a lot of space to write your own sentiment inside. But this is a great place to add a personalized photo. Even a gift card would be great here. And it's a fun way to use up those embellishments. We'll be creating 3 different cards. You can see so many fun layers. We'll be teaching you how to fussy cut, as well as layer those embellishments. So the first card we are going to be creating is this Celebration of Love card. So you're just going to want to grab your project sheet and follow along. And the first step we are going to do is taking our Tender Missives paper from the Les Romantique 8x8s. And we are going to be cutting this to two different pieces. One is going to be 4 inches by 5 1/4, and the second will be 2 5/8 of an inch by 4 3/8 of an inch. Step 2, we're going to be taking that 2 5/8 inch by 4 3/8 inch paper and putting it on the long side, and then we are just going to score that right at the 1/2 inch mark, just like so, nice and easy. Once we've scored that, you can just go ahead and crease that fold. And once you've done that, we're just going to add some nice dry adhesive to the back side. For step 3, we are going to trim out the Celebration of Love frame. Now that we've trimmed this out, I'm just going to even up my black on all 4 sides. And now we're going to take our flip up element piece that we've already started to create, and we can peel off our dry adhesive, and then just getting it flush to the top and one of the sides. So we're just adhering this onto our little tab. Like so. And now you can see I have a little bit excess on the side, and I can go ahead and just trim this to make sure it's nice and even. Step 4, we are going to be fussy cutting out this poem from our devoted paper. And then this is just going to go right inside our little flip up card, just offering a great little love poem. But this could also be a fun little frame if you wanted to use this as the template and make cut your photo to fit this inside of the gold. So to fussy cut it, you could take an X-Acto knife and go on the inside and get it that way. But to keep it simple, I'm just going to do a nice straight cut on the outside of this frame and do some nice fussy cutting, just going right into what we want to get. But I want to keep it looking nice and sharp on the inside so we can reuse this frame as well. So as long as I keep my cuts looking nice and smooth, once we cut this part out, we will be able to use the negative or the positive of the frame also. So the fun thing about graphic 45 papers is that they are so detailed that there's always a lot that you can pull out of them to just really create some really standout embellishments. So like so, I'll be able to use this frame for another project. Now that we fussy cut out this fun little poem, we can attach it into our flip up element. So I'm just going to have this be flat and in the center of Step 5. From the Tender Missives paper, we're going to cut a row of 5 horizontal stamps. And then on the back side, we're going to add just a strip of foam adhesive. If you've got some foam squares or dots, you can also use those just on the bottom side here. And you can always find some really great scrapbook adhesives on our website as well under the adhesive tab. In Step 6, we're going to grab one of our card bases and we are going to start adhering things down. So putting things together, just whatever adhesive you like to use. You can go ahead and just adhere this flat on to the center of our card base. I know when I'm trying to figure out my center spot, I like to do diagonal corners and see if everything's looking nice and evenly placed. And then once I've got that, you can take your bone folder or your finger and burnish that onto your card front. Now taking our stamp strip, I'm going to pull off my backing and I want my edge to be towards the bottom. This way I can tuck something in at the top. And then this is going to be about 1/4 of an inch from the bottom of our card and nice in the center. All right, so we've added our stamps to the bottom and we have created that nice little tuck spot with the 3D adhesive. And now we can take our little flip up piece that we've created and adhere this onto our card base. And when we're adhering this, we want it to be in the center and we want it to just have the stamps just overlap it just a tiny bit, so that way you can kind of fold our piece in. So once you find your perfect placement, go ahead and adhere down. And now you can see that this will just open up and then just bend right back into place. Now we're going to decorate the front. Just doing some fun little easy fussy cutting. I'm going to fussy cut out 2 of these little blue butterflies. This is from the signature Les Romantique paper. So I'm just going to loosely cut around 2 of the butterflies that I want to use. It is always nice to make sure that what you're cutting from the front isn't what you want to use as well. So we have lots of those blue butterflies on the back, and I'm just going to use my fine tip scissors. It's always best to use your sharpest fine tip scissors for your fussy cutting. And then I'm just going to kind of drive my paper around that blade. Fussy cutting out butterflies is always such a great way to add some extra whimsy to your projects. You can always leave the wings unattached and just glue down the base of its body. That way adds a little dimension as well. So I'll just fold this in half, so when we add this on, it'll give it some extra little life to our project. And even if the paper collection you're using doesn't have butterflies in it, you could always search through your stash and find some papers that do, and just add them onto any project. Another fun tip if you're doing some fussy cutting is to add some inking to the edges, or white or black markers. That way it just gives it a nice defined edge, so they'll just pop out a little bit more, setting it apart from your other layers. And now we're going to add our embellishments. So from your Rose Bouquet pack, we're going to take one of these smaller rose bouquets, and then you're going to take the larger leaf. And what we've done here is just cut off the bottom two leaves, and we are going to attach these just nice to the side here to give it some greenery. So just with some liquid adhesive, just go ahead and adhere those leaves down. And I just glued a little bit to the stem, that way it'll have some movement on there. And then we're also going to add some more greenery to the bottom, so just cutting these apart. We can go ahead and kind of create our own little bundles how we see fit. So once you've found the right placement, just add your liquid adhesive and adhere down. And if you've yet to work with our Rose Bouquet collections, they're a lot of fun. They come with a lot of different pieces, so you can add all sorts of texture to your projects. And then onto the front, we are just going to start adding one of our roses. And of course, if you want to mail this and you want to use those provided envelopes, you can go ahead and leave the roses off. The card looks amazing both ways. So you can't always just leave off the florals if you do want to put this in the mail. But if you'll be doing some hand delivering, or you're going to add it to a package, then I would suggest to add on these extra layers and dimensions. We're going to take another one of those stamps. We've just added a foam square to there, and just add a stamp to the front. Super cute. And then we'll glue on our butterflies. So you can adhere these anywhere you'd like. And you can even add more. So our front is looking super cute. Now we'll just add a few details on the inside. So we've just cut a few more of those stamps. So another row of 5 of those, and these are going to just glue right on the inside. For card 2, we are making this ultra romantic flip front card. This would be great for an anniversary, Valentine's Day, or a wedding card. And the first thing we want to do is take our Daydreams paper, and we're just going to cut this to be 4 inches by 5 1/4. And once we've done that, you can add some adhesive to the back, and we are going to add this onto one of those heavy duty ivory card bases. And our card bases measure to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then with our celebration paper, we're going to cut this down, having our stripes going vertically. This is going to be 2 5/8 of an inch by 4 1/2. And then once again, we will just score on the long side and score on a 1/2 inch on the left-hand side. And then we'll go ahead and crease on that score line and add your dry adhesive. And then from our devoted paper, we are going to trim down this cute couple dancing, and this is going to be down to 2 5/8 of an inch by 4 inches. And then this is going to go on to our scored flip up element. So again, just keeping it that score tape is so powerful. So again, we just want to keep this flush with the left hand side and the top. That way, if we have any excess, we can just trim it off. So I'm just going to be trimming off just a bit off the top there. So now we've created our flip up element. Super cute and easy. Or if you have some extra black chipboard laying around, we are going to just pop this up when we adhere it down, just giving it that nice extra dimension. And then this is going to go on the top left hand corner, and we want to just leave about 1/4 of an inch from the edge, top and left hand side. And now with one of our little tender missive stamps, I've added some adhesive just onto half of the back side. So now I can use this as a cute little tab pull. So now the recipient of the card will be easily able to pop this open. And from our Romantique, we are going to cut out 3 of these vertical stamps and adhere those down to the right hand side of our flip up element, just right in the center of the top and bottom of that. From the Sweetheart of Mine paper, we've cut out this Le Romantique little cut apart, and this is going to go right in the center of our card on the bottom. And from that same paper, we are going to cut out this cute woman, and we are going to adhere her on the inside of our flip up element. And again, if you want to leave this blank for a personalized photo or sentiment or some kind of little gift, you can go ahead and do that, and then you can save this for another project, or you could even put her up here. Now we're going to do some fun embellishing. So we're going to be adding one of our clock keys onto the front of our flip up element, which is nice because this has a nice amount of weight to it, so it will keep our flip up element nice and closed. So we just advise adding a little bit of foam tape where the round part is, and then adding a little bit of liquid adhesive to the key, like so. And then this is going to just go right in the center of our flap. We'll want to make sure that that dries before we do any flipping, but we can continue to do some more embellishing. So we're taking these cute tiny little rosebuds from our Rose Bouquet collection, and I'm just going to put a nice drop of liquid glue there. So now I can kind of adhere my rosebuds as needed. Just a tiny touch more here. Putting it on the paper has a nice way of being able to control it more than on the bud. So I have those nice where I want them, and now I'm going to add another one of our leaves from the pack. Just giving it a nice completed look. This is just going to go like so. And then from our Le Romantique signature page, we've just fussy cut out one of those, that pink butterfly from where the title is. We've added our liquid adhesive, and now we can adhere our cute little butterfly onto the cover. Now, isn't that card just absolutely stunning? And then once that has dried, we're going to take from the Le Romantique signature page, we're going to take a row of 6 of those vertical stamps, and then these are going to adhere just inside of our card. Just giving it that nice polished look on the inside, but still leaving a lot of space for your sentiments. And then one last finishing detail, if you want to go the extra mile, you can add a stamp on the inside too, just to back that one up. Card 3, we are going to be creating a horizontal card rather than the vertical card. So it's a fun way to take the same technique of the flip fold and turn it on its side, just giving us some more options there. So to get started on this one, we are going to take our Sending Flowers paper, and we have trimmed this to be 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And we're going to adhere this to the front of our card base, making sure that this time around we are going horizontal. And just adhering this onto our card base. From that same paper, we're going to be using the pink side on this one. We're going to be cutting this down to 4 1/2 by 3 1/4, and we'll adhere this onto the center of our card front. And then trim another piece to be 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. Then from Love's Labyrinth, for step 2, we are going to be cutting this down to be 4 1/4 by 3 inches. And then we'll have another piece that'll be 4 1/4 by 3 1/2. Step 3, we are going to score the 4 1/4 by 3 1/2 inch piece. We're going to put this on the 3 1/2 inch side and then score on the 1/2 inch mark on the left hand side. Again, we will add our adhesive on there, creating our little flip top element, and then we can add our Love's Labyrinth just on top of there, just making sure everything's nice and flush. We can adhere that down, and now we've created our fun little flip top element. And then just adding some adhesive onto the back, we can now put this right in the center. So we've created some nice dimension, adding that extra pink layer there. It really helps separate each of the layers. If you're not familiar with Ginger Ropp's work yet, you'll know that her cards always have a lot of really great layers and depth. And you're going to want to be sure to check out her YouTube channel if you're not already one of her many subscribers. And now from Love's Labyrinth, we're going to do a bit of fussy cutting. So we are going to take out this 2 layered rose piece here. So you can see it just comes from the left-hand top corner. And we are just going to fussy cut that out. So if you're new to fussy cutting, again, I would just advise going around the area loosely that you want to feature on your project, like so. And now we can put this larger piece away, use that for another fussy cutting project later, and then we can just really fussy cut what we want. So now that we're in there, we're going to get this little rosebud here. And then drive our paper nicely through. And I want to be capturing a few of these leaves to add some nice extra greenery onto our card front. And you know, you can always go in and trim out stuff if you need to make your fussy cut smaller. But for now, this is how I want to do it. Fussy cuts are also such a great way to use up your scraps. So if you are like us and you've just got boxes of some scrap papers, if you're ever looking to add extra pizzazz to your projects, you can always just go fussy cut out some flowers, add them onto your cards, to the cover of one of your albums. And also what's great about fussy cutting is that, you know, some people get in there with their X-Acto knives and really do some beautiful work. But if you don't have time for that, if you don't do that, nobody's going to ever notice. So if yours are a little quicker, they're still going to look great and really make your project pop. So at this point, if you want to go to the extra mile, you could add a little bit of ink to the edges just to make it stand out. Now we are going to take this Sweetheart of Mine paper and fussy cut out this couple. And then from our key to my heart paper, we're just going to cut out the sentiment. So it says it over and over again, so you could add this to all of your different cards if you wanted. But we're just going to do a nice simple straight fussy cut, and then like so. Now we are going to just adhere our fussy cut flowers onto our flip top element. So this is just going to be on the bottom right hand, and then taking our couple, we'll adhere them just slightly on an angle to the left hand side, making sure that it doesn't obstruct any of the openings. So when you still flip it open, it'll still open up just fine. And then we're going to do some inside decorating before we add the key to my heart and some of the metal and flower embellishments. So I've just fussy cut out two of these stamps together side by side, and I'm going to create a cute little tab with those. And cutting them out as one kind of makes it easier, so I've put adhesive on both of those. Make sure that adhesive is not exposed. Now I'm just going to put this a little bit slanted off to the side. Now I have a nice little tab that'll help me flip that over. And then from Sweetheart of Mine, I've cut out this super cute little image, and this I'm just going to nicely add on to our pink square that we cut out in the beginning. And then again, just adding this onto the inside on a nice angle, making sure that I'm staying inside my blue line so my pink isn't exposed outside of my flip top. That way when you open it up, there's just some nice cute little surprise. It would also be a great spot to add a photo. Now we can start to build the front of our cover. So we're taking another one of our clock keys. This one's super cute. And we've taken some foam adhesive squares and then just cut those little tiny guys in half. That way they won't be showing when we adhere this to our card. You can also see that we've switched from black to white on this one since this is a lighter based card. But you could also use some ivory chipboard or cardstock if you wanted to pop it up that way as well. And then with our cute little sentiment we cut out earlier, I'm just going to add a drop of adhesive on either side, on each end, leaving the middle unadhered That way when I add the sentiment onto the card, I can leave a little air bubble, just giving it that nice extra texture, making it that really pop. And then last, we'll just add another little rosebud detail. And our last step is just showing you a great way to use up some of those scraps. So we have cut out from Sending Flowers a piece that's going to be 3/4 by 4 inches. Sorry, it's 3/4 of an inch by 4 1/4 of an inch. And then the other piece is 1/2 inch by 4 inches. So these we will layer on top of each other. We'll have the pink on the bottom and the green on top. And then we're going to take 2 of our little stamps and adhere those on there, just using up some more scraps. You know, you'll have lots of leftover pieces from this card kit, so we can't wait to see the other projects that you're going to be creating. And then this is just going to adhere inside on the right hand side, like so. So there you have it. We've created 3 super fun and dimensional cards using our Les Romantique. We hope you had fun creating along with us, and be sure to share your projects using that hashtag Graphic45. If you're looking for fun, interactive tutorials, be sure to check out all the other video tutorials we've got on our YouTube page. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube and hit that notification bell so you know every time we upload a new and fabulous tutorial. Happy paper crafting!